and he should be not getting a dime of the taxpayers' bill.
Juan, is it okay with you that Surfer Dude is buying lobster and sushi with his EBT card?
Yeah, you can, as long as the food meets the requirements. Look, he's obeying the law. But the problem with this whole conversation is that he's not representative of people on food stamps. That guy is an extreme example of someone who is playing the system. It is legal. What he's doing is within the law. But he's playing the system because he looks to me to be a healthy, capable guy. And I agree with others who say, you know what, why is that guy not working? If he wants to learn how to play music, do it in his free time. But I must say, you are making it out as if this guy represents the reason for the increase in food stamps in the country. This country's been through a terrible recession, and there are a lot of legitimately needy people who are being helped.
Let's be fair. There's no question there are a lot of people who need help, and that's what the SNAP program, the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, is for. But Katie, let's talk about this. Look at the numbers. In 2008, we spent around $39 billion on food stamps or nutrition programs. In 2013, that number jumped 111% to almost $80 billion. Should this be the case?
It shouldn't be the case, and the argument that we've been in a recession for 5 years is getting a little bit old when it comes to people still being on these entitlement programs. And if one is going to argue that this guy isn't the example of the people abusing the system and that most people are using the system properly, then why is it that when Republicans and conservatives try to cut 1% out of the food stamp budget in order to get rid of that waste, fraud, and abuse, they throw a fit and say that we simply want to starve people, right? And so it's really important to keep in mind that this abuse does go on. There are multiple instances of it, and we try to clean it up, and yet the government is set up in a way that entitles these people to continue abusing.
I want to make this transition one. I really have to do this. I want to turn this here because obviously we're spending a lot more on food programs. Take a look at the proposed budget going forward. Look what's going on. We're actually talking about cutting the military budget by almost $80 billion from 2010 to 2014. So, I don't know. Let me start with you, John. Is this the right thing to do? On one hand, we're cutting the military budget. On entitlement and mandatory spending, it's skyrocketing.
Well, I mean, I think the military budget, in my opinion, Eric, is bloated. We could destroy militant Islam with a fraction of our current military budget if we actually had the cojones to do it. That being said, fundamentally, defense is a responsibility of government. Government is force. Defense is what keeps us safe. That's why all these entitlement programs weren't present in the Constitution, have no constitutional bearing, but they've made it in nonetheless. So defense is a proper role of government. Redistribution is not.
All right, so let me do this, Juan. I'm going to throw this to you, and I'm going to put a picture up here of two different people. We're going to take Surfer Boy on one side, and we're going to take